A very good morning to you, my beautiful people out there. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is down, the weather is cool. It's a good day to make a video. Welcome to my channel, Talk with Unyen. My name is Unyen, and in this channel, I discuss issues centering around the female gender, and I also pick out stories that I find interesting and that I'm passionate about, and I talk about them. I discuss my opinions about them. And that's basically what I do in this channel, and a bit of this and that too, once in a while on my channel. So, yesterday I was supposed to make, and I discussed motherhood as well. So, yesterday I was supposed to make a video about something that I have wanted to talk about for a while now. That's a lot of people don't talk about it, especially here in Africa. And but my little handsome baby boy, my young man, had to distract mommy, so I just had to attend to my baby because, of course, so my mother has to do what she's got to do. So yeah, so this is the continuation of that video I was supposed to make. And for a while now, I've been wanting to talk about a particular verse of the Bible. When we have our children quote some of these verses, we teach them some of these verses, we only stop at that place that concerns them. Yeah, we don't really go further towards the Bible. We don't go downwards to read the whole chapter of that Bible, of that verse of the Bible. So yeah, I've actually jotted down some things that concerns that verse. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'll just share my knowledge of what I believe this is talking about, how I believe parents ought to take this and move with it. So yeah, and this particular Bible verse is found in Ephesians 6:4, and there are two clear instructions in this particular verse. And that particular verse has the word, and it has the word provoke in it. So I'm going to talking about that word a lot today. It has the word provoke in it. And these two clear instructions to parents, and it features prominently in them, and this is the word provoke. Now, Ephesians 6:4 says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." Now, the book of Colossians also brings this to place. It also echoes and says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children." That is Colossians 3:21, if you want to check it. "Fathers, do not provoke your children, lest they become discouraged." Lest they become discouraged. I want to believe here that the Bible is not just referring to fathers, it's also referring to mothers as well. This is my belief. Even if it says fathers, I believe mothers also fall under this category. The word provoke here, as the Apostle Paul means this in a negative sense. It means a sense of exasperation or irritating your children towards anger or bitterness. I want to say something here. We are very toxic in our society. I'm not saying we are bad parents, but we have certain toxic traits in our African parenting style. I'm not saying we don't make wonderful parents, we make awesome parents, but there are certain things that we also need to call to order. In Africa, as a parent, how dare your child be angry with you? That is it. How dare your child be angry with you? I'm your mother, I'm your father, I'm your this, I'm your that. We do that a lot. Forgetting that we are all emotional beings. We all have feelings. Your children have feelings. Everybody around you have feelings, you know. So here in Africa, we feel like since we are parents who are our kids should not be offended by us. They are our children. Who are you to be offended with me? I'm your mother, I'm your father. And we do these things. But you see, you know one thing I love about God and I love about the Bible? It balances itself. It does. God is not an unjust God. He is not unjust. When he talks about an issue, he knows how to balance it. He's not an unjust God. Now, in the previous verse before that one, it says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your fathers and your mothers, which is the first commandment with the promise. And it gives a reward for it. It says, and when you do this, it will be well with you. That is the child. And you will live long. Then, and here, after giving the instruction to children, it also goes back now to balance it all. The Bible says, and you fathers, I will put it, and you fathers and mothers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they become discouraged. Lest they become discouraged. A lot of you parents don't know that your children are closer to people outside than they are to you, because of how receptive you are of them, of how the things you do that makes them discouraged. Exasperating and irritating them. I will state later some of the things that we do, but not on this video. Maybe maybe in my next video. But I really want to call out this verse. I really want to call our parents and mothers and fathers, mothers and fathers. Since it's basically mothers I'm talking to, I just really want us to do better. I really want us to do better. If the other gender won't get it right, let's get it right. We are the mothers. Let's get it right. It's their choice. They want to get it right or not. But as a mother, I want us, myself inclusive, to get it right, lest they become discouraged. A discouraged child is one who has lost heart, motivation, and doesn't care anymore. The child quits trying to please you as a parent. What this means is that you can frustrate your children that they stop trying to please you. Why? Maybe you never praise them. You never take joy in your kids. Maybe you are hypocritical, because a lot of African parents are hypocritical. You expect certain things from your children, but you are not setting the pace. You're not setting the example for this child. You are being hypocritical. Yes, you are. You frustrate them, and so they stop trying to please you. You set high expectations for them. Then you yourself, you are not even an example. And so they stop trying. After all these, God instructs parents this way. Parents, do not provoke your children. Do not provoke your children. But God didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. He offers a solution. He says, don't provoke your children. He offers a solution, and this is the solution. But bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. I want to use my mom here as an example. had a very strong Christian background. Strong Christian background. Glory be to God, thanks to my mother and thanks to my brother-in-law. Yes. I had a very strong Christian background growing up. I want to bring, why I'm saying this is because bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. You see, the Bible is what it is. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. He will not depart from it. It's clear. It's very clear. Our children are a reflection, a direct reflection of how they were raised. You cannot expect anything less. What you see is a reflection of how they were raised. Excuse me. So I had this background, and there were times when I had wanted to do something that, because of peer pressure and some those kind of stuff, you know what I mean. But when I hear those words, from my mother, if I remember those words clearly from my mother or my brother-in-law and those teachings, I withdraw. I'm like, no. Yeah. But bring them up in the instruction, in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Do not demean them. Do not put them down. But raise your children up. Do not provoke them with injustice and impatience. A lot of parents are very impatient with their children. I, inclusive, parenting is deliberate. I don't enjoy doing home fun with my daughter. In fact, it's a job. It's a hard job for me. It's a really hard job for me. I don't. Because teaching a child, especially toddlers, is not easy. So I want to say shout out to all the teachers that do that. It's not easy to teach a child. It's hard. So I get impatient sometimes. So I had to be deliberate about talking to myself. Okay, Onion, don't get impatient with her. She has this is her age, and there's a level to what she can take. So I stopped expecting that much from her, and I started taking her at her pace, but rather nurture them with tenderness. Nurture your children shepherd them with tenderness. And how do we do this? Discipline and instruction. Between this verse, you see what I'm talking about, motherhood? My boy is up and he's crying. And he's crying. So you see, this motherhood thing is not a joke. We barely have time for ourselves. And the reason why I could sit down and even make this video is because he was asleep. He was asleep. And this was the video I didn't want to continue or cut short. But I think I will have to attend to my boy. It's very important. But I'm sorry, guys. I really need to do this. I don't know. Motherhood, no joke. I'll see you guys again